readings are you getting?
Let's see today some insane upcoming shooter games of 2025 and 2026, some first person, some third person, and some that are not a simple shooter game, but there will be shooter moments through the gameplay. So I hope you like it. Subscribe and comment your favorite games here. Thank you, and let's go.
On the second floor.
Battlefield 6 is finally the new Battlefield game after Battlefield 2042. It's being developed by DICE and some other studios, and shall be released in 2025 or 2026 to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. Atomfall is a first-person survival game with a unique style. The game is being developed by Rebellion Developments, the same studio of Sniper Elite series. Atomfall is set after a nuclear disaster, so you must survive in a destroyed world, exploring, crafting, scavenging, and facing all types of enemies, since humans, to different types of creatures or even machines. For me, what catches my eye in the gameplays was the scenarios, with impressive caves of even overgrown areas. What looks so impressive? But to play it we'll need to wait until March 27, 2025. And it's coming out to PlayStation 5, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and Xbox Series X and S.
Killing machines falling from the sky. This is our home, our bastion of resistance. We will face our fears head on.
The giant just left orbit, coming in damn hot.
Shoot. It doesn't matter who you are, what you've done, or where you came from. We need raiders who can deliver the goods.
Arc Raiders is a new third-person shooter set in the PvPv style, so it's going to be set in an online universe where you can play with and against other players. It's being developed by some old developers of the Battlefield series. The studio is Embark Studios, and the game shall be released still in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. Arc Raiders is an upcoming multiplayer extraction adventure set in a lethal future Earth ravaged by a mysterious mechanized threat known as Arc. The gameplay looks fluid and fun, with nice and realistic graphics, and shall be one of the biggest games of this style this year. As any other online game in this style, the partnership will be crucial to fight, defend, and explore.
If you want to live here, you need to contribute.
We should head back before it gets dark.
Beware of the machines. And beware of raiders who prey on others. There are no rules out there, so watch your back.
There you are.
No way. The Stasi have made it to Nordland.
Good job we have these disruptors with us. Okay, let's hope this thing works.
INDUSTRIA 2 is a narrative FPS adventure about a woman stranded in a parallel dimension. Explore, scavenge and fight your way through a mysterious boreal landscape consumed by an ever-hungry artificial intelligence to find a way home. The game is being developed by the studio Bleak Mill, and there's no release date yet, and it's only confirmed for PC so far. Years after the events of the prequel INDUSTRIA, Nora is stuck in a parallel dimension, far away from home. Surviving alone on a peaceful island, an empty apartment building in a vast sea of hostile solitude, she constructs a machine to return to her home dimension. 1989 East Berlin. So if you like immersive story FPS games, this one looks awesome.
city is a miracle of progress. A finely tuned, delicately balanced machine. But it only takes one rebellious little gear to ruin.
Clockwork Revolution is a new FPS game inspired in the classic and iconic BioShock. The game is being developed by the studio ExeKiller Entertainment, an Xbox game studio, and is confirmed to Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. The release date is not confirmed yet, but is believed to be in 2025 or 2026. Embark on a grand adventure in the steampunk metropolis of Avalon, wielding an incredible invention that allows you to travel into the past and influence key events, altering the course of history. So if you like FPS games with an interesting storyline and a good combat, this is a game that you should keep an eye out for. In my opinion, it looks promising.
Or time where I will not destroy you.
Oh no. What did I do?
What do we have here?
ExeKiller is a retro-futuristic Western game with a storyline set in a post-apocalyptic alternate timeline. It is a first-person, action-adventure shooter with a character progression system and varied story choices. The game is being developed by the studio Dark Studio and shall be released still in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. The game is set in an immersive Western universe. The player takes on the role of Denzel Phoenix, the eponymous ExeKiller, and the gameplay will envelope exploration, combat, and even vehicle driving, with many different possibilities, and looks like a fun game to understand the mechanics and explore the universe around. Doom: The Dark Ages is a brand new journey of Doom's Slayer after Doom Eternal. That was an insane game. Again, it's being developed by ID Software, the studio that brought us the series, and is to this day an insane studio. Doom is a fast-paced FPS game, with the focus in the gameplay, with a very brutal combat and scenes. In the game you control Doom's Slayer, the only defensor of Earth capable of fighting the demons. Now we're going to explore the medieval era, with new guns, features, enemies, and much more, and of course still with the classic stuff. But to see this new masterpiece we'll need to wait until May 20th, 2025, as the game is coming out for Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
This place was always dangerous. And weird. Policy and procedure used to keep us in. We need a new approach.
FBC Firebreak is a game that will probably surprise you. Well, it's a co-op FPS game up to 3 players in the universe of Alan Wake and Control. Yes, the Remedy games. It's being developed by Remedy Entertainment, obviously, and is planned to be released in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A 3-player cooperative first-person shooter set within a mysterious federal agency under assault by otherworldly forces. So if you like the mysteries of this dark and interesting universe, and also like to play co-op FPS games with your friends, this is surely an experience you gotta have, or even in case you don't know the universe, but like mysterious stories, this one shall be insane.
Welcome to Firebreak.
Hi, Mom. Hi, Dad. Say hi back.
Of course they know.
What if I told you that your love, your fear, your hate is for yourself? We both know the answer to that question. Nothing. You are you don't even know what's happening. But I'm here to set
Judas is the new first-person shooter developed by the creator of BioShock series, the famous Ken Levine. The studio developing it is Ghost Story Games, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. It was supposed to be released in March of 2025, but it was postponed, and now it got no release date, but shall be released in some moment of 2025. A disintegrating starship, a desperate escape plan. You are the mysterious and troubled Judas. Your only hope for survival is to make or break alliances with your worst enemies. Will you work together to fix what you broke, or will you leave it to burn? The story shall be complex and intriguing, just like BioShock series is.
Lucia, do you know why you're here?
Bad luck, I guess.
GTA 6 is simply the most anticipated game ever, and the game will take control of 2 different characters, Jason and Lucia, and once again we'll be able to explore the iconic Vice City. The game is being developed by Rockstar Games, probably the most beloved video game studio nowadays. This is going to be a whole new GTA game after more than 10 years. The last one was GTA 5, 2 generations ago, so this one promises to be a masterpiece in a matter of possibilities and freedom. The game is coming out still in 2025, according to Rockstar Games, and the game is coming out to PS5, and Xbox Series X and S PC version shall be coming out about 1 year later.
Well, look who's back. The only way we're gonna get through this is by sticking together, being a team. Trust?
Trust.
I wish I hadn't come here for this.
Instinction is an insane upcoming FPS game. The main difference of this game is that it's not a usual FPS game, but one with dinosaurs. What's not so unique? We've seen some before already, but this one got some absolutely realistic dinosaurs in a matter of graphics and motions. Not that we know how dinosaurs really were, but the game is insane. It's being developed by the studio Hashbane Interactive, and is aimed to be released in 2025, but there's no release date yet, and it'll be released on PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows. And it's probably going to be a game that will be remembered for its graphics.
A rare piece of drift technology has been detected somewhere in the canyon. We need you to retrieve it for study. Well done, folks. Your sentence has been reduced by 100 days.
Is your work so relentless, little scout?
The scout's job is to explore.
Luna Abyss is an upcoming FPS game set in the famous bullet hell style. If you don't know it, it's one of those games that there'll be a lot of projectiles and things to avoid in combat, just like some boss fights in Cuphead. It's being developed by the studio Bonsai Collective, and got no release date yet, maybe 2025 or 2026, and it'll be available on Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows. A single-player story-driven action-adventure with fluid platforming and bullet hell combat. Follow the journey of Fox, a prisoner of Luna caught between a cryptic prophecy and their prison sentence. The game features a fast and tight gameplay, with challenging combat moments set in an immersive universe.
Who's ready for a bit of fun then?
Killing Floor 3 is an insane co-op FPS game. The series is known for being an extremely fun and brutal FPS series, and the game is being developed by the studio Tripwire Interactive, and looks very fun. It's 2091 and Megacorp Horzine has produced the Ultimate Army, an obedient horde of bioengineered monsters called Zeds. And now you gotta join the resistance, alone, or with your friends to defend the future of mankind. The game promises to be as brutal as never, with horrifying beings and a lot of possibilities, since weapons to gadgets, and much more. And the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, in March 25, 2025.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor. It is not forgiving. To be deceived do not exist among us. Do you wish to commit yourself
Mafia the Old Country is the new episode of the acclaimed series, now developed by the Hangar 13 studio, the same studio responsible for Mafia 3 that wasn't as good as the two first games, but also responsible for the remake of the first game that is loved by everyone, so I believe they're going to do a great job here, cause it looks great. The game will be set before of the first game, in the year 1900, and will be kinda similar to the first two games, that were not a totally open world, but with some open world moments in the story. We'll need to wait until some moment of 2025 to play the game, cause there's no official date yet, as it's coming out to PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S.
Repeat these words.
I swear my loyalty to this family.
Yourself. Your life. Do this. Family.
Flesh has to burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Colonel, tighten the security on this place. He's coming here, I'm sure of it. America is out to destroy the Shagohod and get its hands on your inheritance. Kill me as well.
What's the story between you and the boss?
She was like a mother, and my master.
The Cobras will take care of him.
Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater is the remake of one of the most acclaimed Metal Gear games. The remake is being developed by Konami, and if they make a remake as good as Silent Hill 2 remake, it'll be insane. If you never played Metal Gear before, know that it's a stealth game, but not just this, it's a very original and unique game with a crazy plot and some mechanics in the original game nobody even believed was possible when the game was released, but we'll need to wait to see if the remake will really be good, but it looks promising, and the game is coming out on August 28, 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC.
And you are one of them.
Why'd you come back? There's nothing for you here. Go home. Go back to your boss.
I still think I can do to stop us. I'm not finished. We are the sons of the boss.
I see it. The fear.
A great and terrible fury at being alive.
Metroid Prime 4 is a FPS game of Metroid series. The first one was a true success, and this one is being immensely anticipated, and it's being developed by Retro Studios, Nintendo. Almost 20 years after the third Metroid Prime, we'll finally see a brand new, huge and thrilling adventure of Samus Aran, the famous Galaxy Bounty Hunter, so prepare to experience one of the biggest games of this series. We know that Nintendo games are usually games with extreme quality, and this will probably be the same. If you want to play it, know that it's coming out in some moment of 2025, only on Nintendo Switch. Mindseye is a new story game developed by an old Rockstar Games president, Leslie Benzies, so the hype about this game is real, especially cause we can see some features and stuff that remind us of GTA series, like the camera, gameplay, driving and shooting, and more. The studio developed and is Build a Rocket Boy, and it's coming out to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and Windows, and maybe we'll see it still in 2025. The game will be set in a futurist version of America, with nice graphics, a good gameplay, and a story that seems to be interesting, so I'm really looking forward to see more and play this game.
Remember this. DS! Showtime!
I have these gaps. That's just leftover hardware. It's been decommissioned. What the hell is happening? Thieves. All I know is that Silvercorp is a piece of my story. Wait for me! I'll cover you. All this time you just wanted answers about the tech in your head? Are you kidding?
And now here with me today is visionary game creator and founder of Kojima Productions, Kojima-san. Hi, welcome. Today, I'm excited to announce that together, as part of the PlayStation and Kojima Productions partnership, Hideo is going to take us on an exciting new adventure. One that I've been encouraging him to reinvent for years.
Physint is the first game announced to PlayStation 6. Yes, PlayStation 6. The game is a collaboration of Sony and Kojima. The game is going to be an espionage game style, probably a Metal Gear-like, since it's also a Kojima creation. So I'm really curious to see more of the game, but it's still going to take a long time to be released, since Kojima is working on Death Stranding 2 and OD right now.
はい、全く新しいオリジナルの IP になります。新世代のアクションエスピオナージゲームです。準備を始めてますけども、デストランディング2の後に本格的に小島プロダクションで制作にかかります。ソニーさんとは、ほぼ30年にわたりエスピオナージものを一緒に育ててきたという強い経験もあります。またソニーさんは、ゲームだけではなく音楽も映画もされています。間違いなく強力なコラボレーションになるはずです。
See the world differently. I thought it would be like any other mission. Find the truth. Scan's clear. I'm going in blind.
Carrington! Damn it!
Perfect Dark is the returning of an old and classic first-person shooter video game series. The new game is being developed by the studio The Initiative, a new Xbox game studio, and looks really interesting. The game got no release date yet, but is believed to be released in 2026, and the platforms confirmed are Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, but a PlayStation 5 version is not unbelievable, I'd say. The gameplay features a good combat, with different weapons and gadgets, but also an immersive stealth system, allowing you to complete the missions in different ways, making the game even more special in my opinion. The graphics are really beautiful, with nice visuals and great constructions in this futurist experience.
What this world is.
I hope you're ready, Agent Dark.
Are you all seeing this?
Once you open this door, there's no going back.
It always comes back to this.
Saros is a new game developed by the studio of Returnal, the studio Housemarque. The game is going to be a 3D roguelike, just like Returnal was. In the first trailer we can't see much of the game, but the graphics looks really good.
Every time the sun dies, madness reigns.
If you played Returnal, you know that it's a fast and fluid game with a lot of possibilities and enemies, and set in that style known as bullet hell. And this one promises to follow the same style. Despite we didn't see any gameplay yet, in the end of the trailer we can see in the eye of the character a lot of bullets coming in his direction, making it clear that it'll be a bullet hell game style. The game is coming out to PS5 only in 2026.
Is my valuable customer finally awake?
Many people believe that we have a purpose, as if we had been brought to Tartarus for some reason.
Pioner drops players into a vast, grim world, where survival hinges on exploration, crafting, and smart resource management. As an MMO FPS, it offers both PvE missions and intense PvP zones, with unique crafting mechanics, hundreds of weapons, and a deep story to explore. The game is being developed by the studio GFA Games, and is coming out in some moment of 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, PlayStation 5, and PC. The universe of the game is huge and complex, with multiple possibilities, since standard missions against normal foes, to battles and war against other players, all set in an immersive combat style, with makeshift weapons, what resembles games like Fallout for example, and it looks really good.
Wish. You love. Believe.
State of Decay 3 is the new and biggest game of this zombie survival series. The original games were kinda simple, yet fun, especially playing with friends, but this new adventure promises to be greater in all aspects, since the graphics, gameplay, possibilities, and the universe itself. The game is being developed by the studio Undead Labs, an Xbox Games studio, and it's confirmed to Xbox Series X and S and Windows, but I would not doubt of a PlayStation 5 version too. Unite to survive, push back the blood plague to reclaim the land's resources, and carve out a life in the zombie apocalypse, is the official briefing of the game. It still has no release date, but is believed to be released in 2025 or 2026.
Beyond the gates.
From the studio that brought you Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Part 2. Neverwinter Nights, Part 2.
The Outer Worlds 2 is a new sci-fi FPS RPG, and will obviously be a sequel to the first game, and it's again being developed by Obsidian Entertainment. We know that the Obsidian is working on About Now, and it'll be released in this month. After that they'll surely focus on the development of the Outer World 2. And it's probably going to be in the same style of the original game, a fun open world adventure.
Wise sounding voice. And we see a quiet, peaceful setting. And Fallout 3, Part 2, New Vegas.
The game has no release date yet, and it's coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Welcome back to the future.
Adam, show us handling. Responding code 3.
The Precinct is an extremely interesting sandbox police game. The game resembles the classic GTA games, with a sort of upside-down camera, but here the player will control a cop. The game is being developed by the studio Fallen Tree Games Ltd, and looks extremely fun. In the game we'll control a police officer, and we must solve the crimes that will lead us to even more dangerous situations, resulting in the discovery of even greater criminal plans. In the game we'll be able to control vehicles or go walking in the streets and missions, with a fun and fluid gameplay. And I must say that it looks really fun, but to play it we'll need to wait until some moment of 2025, and the game is coming out to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Suspect is now on foot. Read invisible. Suspect is in handcuffs.
A clue, a lead. What more? Eureka! This is a real mouse changer. Time to play detective.
Mouse P.I For Hire is a first-person shooter with investigation mechanics in the universe of Mickey. Yeah, you heard it right, Mickey Mouse. It's being developed by the studio Fumi Games, and shall be released still in 2025, but with no release date yet, and it'll be available on PlayStation 4 and 5, Xbox Series X and S, Nintendo Switch, and Windows. Join Private Investigator Jack Pepper on a guns-blazing, jazz-fueled adventure in Mouse P.I. Mouse combines the charm of hand-drawn rubber hose animation inspired by the classic cartoons of the 1930s with the adrenaline and action of an explosive first-person shooter. The game looks stylish and fun, and I'm really hyped about it.
Looks like we just hit the jackpot.
Gears of War E-Day is finally the new adventure of the iconic Xbox series, and for the old fans of the series, once again we'll play as Marcus Phoenix, the great protagonist of the 3 first video games. The game is being developed by the Coalition, and it's coming out in 2025 to Xbox Series X and S, and Windows, and I would not doubt of a PlayStation 5 version. The series is specially known for being an original and brutal third-person shooter series, with great characters and an insane combat system. And for the fans, as you can see in the name of the game, we'll finally be able to play an E-Day, a moment that's always been spoken through the games. Borderlands 4 is the new adventure of the most acclaimed looter-shooter series. And yes, it's a looter-shooter, but with some RPG mechanics too, and it's being developed by Gearbox Software. If you've ever played some game of the series, you know how it works. It's a fun and unique FPS experience, with quirky characters and a very fun progression, especially if you play with some friend. This promises to be the greatest Borderland experience, and is coming out in September 23, 2025, to PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X and S, and Microsoft Windows.
Welcome to Drawbridge, Sam, and to the GHV Magellan, our mobile base of operations. Come on.
Don't act like you don't see it. A lot of things changed after you went off on your own, especially within the UCA. Bridges no longer oversees the
Death Stranding 2 is the sequel of the first Death Stranding, a very original game by the way. The game is obviously being developed by Kojima Studios, so prepare for a crazy and immersive story. The core of the game will be almost the same for what we know, but we'll obviously see some new features. After connecting everyone in the first game, we'll see the consequences of this deed in this game, and also explore a whole new area as we deliver and connect other people. The first game was once an exclusive of PS4, but today we can also play on Xbox Series or PC, as it's now a Kojima's game, and not Sony's anymore. Death Stranding 2 is coming in June 26, 2025, only on PlayStation 5, but I believe it's going to be released on PC and Xbox in the future.
A world divided, made whole. With a few. The UCA's precursor, the United States of America, had a prominent gun culture. A distinctly American philosophy, and one which would appear to have spread to this continent.
That's it guys, click in the like button and subscribe to the channel. I'm posting videos every day here. Thank you so much, and so long.